Hi everyone, welcome to the annual J. Dakelman Greater Middlesex Conference Scholar Athlete Award Show, the 2020 virtual version. As always, we are recognizing the GMC's best of the best in sports and in academics. And normally this outstanding annual event would be held at the Pines Manor in Edison, but with the world battling coronavirus, our dinner, originally scheduled for early June, regretfully had to be canceled. As a result, GMC officials have decided to honor this year's recipients with a virtual presentation. I'm your host, Bruce Johnson, the former longtime radio play-by-play man for Rutgers University football, men's basketball, and women's basketball. And some of you also may remember me as the news and sports director at WCTC AM 1450. I've had the privilege of emceeing the GMC Scholar Athlete Banquet for over 25 years, all at the Pines Manor at Edison. But this year, I'm coming to you from my palatial mansion townhouse in East Brunswick. The GMC Scholar Athlete Awards presentation is named after a legendary coach and athletics director at Highland Park. J. Dakelman dedicated more than 4 decades of his life to scholastic sports, influencing athletics competition statewide. Back in the 1980s, Dakelman was a founding father of the GMC, now one of the premier sports leagues in New Jersey. A former Owls football, track, and basketball coach, the gridiron field at Highland Park High School bears his name. Jay was a National Athletics Director of the Year and is a member of the New Jersey Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame. J. Dakelman passed away in 1991, but his legacy still endures. Now with our first ever GMC Scholar Athlete virtual presentation. It'll feature inspirational keynote addresses from former South Brunswick and Fordham University Scholar Athlete Danielle Ivana and former East Brunswick and Princeton University Scholar Athlete Jonathan Schleifer. We'll then meet the 2020 GMC Scholar Athlete honorees. WCTC's Mike Pavlichko will introduce the recipients. And we'll also hear special messages from incoming GMC President Mike Petey, as well as East Brunswick's Christian Ozzo, who's been named the conference's Athletics Director of the Year. Getting back now to the pandemic that has changed all of our lives in recent months, I respectfully ask that we take a moment of silence for all those COVID-19 has impacted, and that in doing so, we also keep everyone battling the insidious coronavirus on the front lines in our thoughts and prayers. Now I'd like to introduce our first keynote speaker, Danielle Ivana. A 3 sports star and GMC Scholar Athlete, Danielle was a 4-year starter and captain of the girls basketball team at South Brunswick. She earned all-state honors, set the school career scoring record, and led the Vikings to their first GMC tournament championship. Danielle also excelled in track and field, finishing 4th in New Jersey in the discus as a senior. In addition, Danielle captained South Brunswick's volleyball team. She went on to become a women's basketball captain at Fordham University, from which she earned her undergraduate degree in just 3 years while finishing at the top of her class. She helped lead Fordham to an Atlantic 10 championship, an NCAA tournament berth, and 2 WNITs. In 2017, Danielle attained her master's degree in media management. She's currently chief of staff at Home Team Sports, a division of Fox Sports TV. Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Ivana.
Hello, Scholar Athletes. My name is Danielle Ivana, and some 7 years ago, I was sitting where you are today alongside my peers as a Greater Middlesex County Scholar Athlete for the class of 2013. Okay, let's be honest. I wasn't sitting exactly where you are today, and for that, I am sorry. I hope that you and your families are safe and healthy. While we can't all be together at the Pines Manor, I'm still just as excited to be here with you virtually and to celebrate each of you and your accomplishments over the last 4 years. I know that this is an incredibly trying time. Heading off to college brings its own challenges, and today's health, social, and economic environment poses an even greater concern. But with that said, I can't help but feel hopeful for your futures. It is the very fact that you are receiving this award that tells me you have built an incredibly strong foundation for what it will take for you to be successful in this next chapter of your life and beyond. There's a quote that has stuck with me during times of change in my life, which I'd like to share with you today. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Scholar athletes, you know how to dream. When we have a dream, when we set our minds to a goal, what do we do best? What we do, and what you have proven to do, being here today, is step up to the plate and knock the ball out of the park. We know what hard work looks like. We know how to make the tough yet necessary sacrifices, and we build that dream into our own reality. I challenge you to continue to dream, to continue to strive for greatness, because I can guarantee when you achieve it, and even in those times you might fall just short, you will be stronger for the next opportunity that comes your way. In Eleanor's quote, she also points out the importance of believing in yourself. I have no doubt that you believe in yourselves. You also have your families, friends, coaches, classmates, and teammates who will always believe in you. But wherever life takes you in your next chapter, and knowing the high achievers that you are, there will come a time, there will come numerous times, that your responsibilities and life in general will feel overwhelming. This brings me to my second challenge. At the end of this ceremony, take out a piece of paper and think about those many moments where you were performing at your best. Maybe it was when you were locked into the fourth quarter of the conference championship game, or took those last few strides into the finish line. How did you feel? What were you thinking about? What did you look like? Once you have that written down and that vision in your head, that is your best self. You already understand high performance, and you have proven that you have the ability to carry that into whatever you do. In the moments when things get tough and might seem to begin to doubt yourself, I urge you to think back to your best self and choose to embrace it. So, scholar athletes, you have come so far, but there is still more work yet to do. My advice for you is to wake up every day in pursuit of your dreams, undeniably confident, because when you walk out of that door as your best version of yourself, the future is yours. Congratulations, 2020 Scholar Athletes, on everything you have accomplished, and cheers to the bright future that you have ahead.
Our second keynote address comes from Jonathan Schleifer. Jonathan culminated a remarkable scholastic wrestling career with a state championship at East Brunswick, from which he graduated as the school's all-time record holder for wins, pins, and team points, while compiling a 153-8 career mark. Jonathan was a four-time conference, district, and regional tournament champion. He won a National High School Coaches Association National Championship. Jonathan ended his scholastic career with Intermat ranking him fourth nationally in his weight class, and among the top 25 seniors in the entire country, regardless of weight class. Jonathan went on to become the first wrestler at Princeton University to make the NCAA championships 4 times. A 2018 Princeton graduate, Jonathan has been working at Bristol Myers Squibb the past year and a half, supporting the commercial production of pharmaceuticals. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Schleifer.
Hi everyone, this is John Schleifer coming to you from beautiful East Brunswick. First, I want to congratulate all of this year's GMC Award recipients, as well as their families and coaches. I know very well that each successful student athlete has a micro team of their own of loved ones, coaches, teachers, and mentors. As you progress through high school and enter college, I urge you to keep this inner circle close to you, whose love and support extends much farther than just your athletic achievements. Do not be afraid to admit when you feel overwhelmed, lost, or have no idea how to do something. Instead, soak up all the advice and knowledge that you can from your mentors, just as you soak up new techniques, strategies, and plays in your own sports. Almost everyone out there faces the novelty and uncertainty that faces you. But as student athletes, you have an unbelievable edge on everyone else. Other people may be intimidated by the grueling, repetitive practices and challenging coursework, but you will accept these opportunities as a new challenge and fight as hard as you can to conquer your classes and busy schedules. Others will try to take the easy path and cheat themselves, but you will not be afraid to take the hard way and challenge yourself with captivating opportunities and interesting classes, even though they may be more difficult, just as you experiment with new techniques and new training routines. My heartfelt sympathy also goes out to all the athletes whose seasons were cut short by the global pandemic. But I know that you are more suited to bounce back and even find a way to take advantage of the situation. than anyone else. Whether you will continue to play your sport or not, let the setback fuel your hunger to achieve higher accolades in your lives. In time, you will realize that your athletic careers are just stepping stones to more important trophies, awards, and achievements in the rest of your life. I realize this in my own life every day as I hold close the lessons from my wrestling career to driving forward my education, career, and personal life. Although my wrestling career is over, I still continue to live as a wrestler every day. In my job, instead of facing opponents, I try to take down and pin my reports, presentations, and memos. I care and learn from my coworkers, family members, and loved ones as I took care of my teammates in high school and college. I set lofty goals for myself and mentally craft competitions in my mind for each task, no matter how mundane or how challenging it seems. To other people, this may seem a little crazy, but the student athletes listening will understand this mentality completely. I leave you with a last message that might be a little corny, but is a proven mindset for success. Be an overachiever in everything you do and appreciate every opportunity to compete and work hard for your goals. Thanks for listening and be safe.
Now I'd like to turn the program over to my former colleague, who many of you know as the Scholastic Sports Radio voice of WCTC, Mike Pavlichko. He'll introduce our 2020 Greater Middlesex Conference Scholar Athlete recipients.
From Calvary Christian, Josh Aberry and Kayla Lloyd. From Carteret, Foti Zidius and Amanda Medvets. From Colonia, John Poznansky and Angela Covert. From Dunellen, John Cianello and Aaron Barnett. From East Brunswick, Justin Yu and Cynthia Sway. From East Brunswick Tech, Joseph Varias and Liana Peedy. From Edison, Raymond Chen and Stacy Zhang. From Highland Park, Luke Tilton and Julia Woodward. From John F. Kennedy, Aditya Ray and Auslin Mills. From J.P. Stevens, Karen Wong and Michelle Kong. From Metuchen, Daniel Schleif and Sophie Lipschutz. From Middlesex, Jake Gartner and Samantha Nordhaus. From Middlesex County Academy, Dhruv Misra. From Monroe, Jordan Kaplan and Kirsten Gasco. From Mother Seton, Rachel Montillas. From New Brunswick, Zion Blanco and Litzy Martinez Ruiz. From North Brunswick, Daniel Simpson and Valerie Kazirenko. From Old Bridge, Alex Park and Jordan Totten. From Perth Amboy, Edward Savanon and Janae Soto. From Perth Amboy Tech, Anthony Chanez and Isabel Acevedo. From Piscataway, Nathan Borges and Cassidy Page. From Piscataway Tech, Delon Tarong and Carlady Camarillo Gomez. From St. Joseph, Craig Tallarico. From St. Thomas Aquinas, Joseph Dunn and Alyssa DeJaney. From Sayreville, Gabe Costa and Ruth Aitwa. From South Amboy, Brian Pena and Nashari Piano. From South Brunswick, Corey Peterson and Leanne Science. From South Plainfield, Jordan Hamburg and Julianne Ferraro. From South River, Paul Bricklin and Ashley Fisher. From Spotswood, Brian Lumsden and Jamie Zavala. From Timothy Christian, Matthew Stefanovic and Jacqueline Francis. From Wardlaw Hartridge, Ricardo Garces and Sidney Johnson. From Woodbridge, Jason Bilowski and Catherine Ketapay. And from Woodbridge Academy, Darshan Patel and Asiya Khan.
Congratulations to all the honorees. I'd like to turn the program over now to incoming GMC President Mike Petey, who has a special message for this year's recipients.
Hello everyone, I am Mike Petey, Athletic Director of our County Vocational and Technical Schools. I would like to congratulate all of the Greater Middlesex Conference Scholar Athletes. This accomplishment is due to the culmination of hard work, dedication, and commitment throughout your entire high school career. You have earned extremely high grade point averages, have taken honors and AP courses, all while dedicating yourself to your sport or sports. Due to the global pandemic we are currently facing, many of your special events as seniors have been canceled. Proms, graduations, and the Scholar Athlete Banquet. This has not been an easy time for you, especially if you are a spring athlete. You have lost your entire season and you can never get that back. I empathize with you, as my daughter is a senior at East Brunswick Tech and has been named as one of the school's Scholar Athletes. She too has missed out on prom and graduation. Together we will get through this. In the fall, most of you will be attending college and possibly furthering your athletic careers. I wish you the best of luck in your future and hope you reach your career and athletic goals.
Now let's meet the GMC Athletics Director of the Year from East Brunswick High School, Chris Yanazzo.
Hello everyone. First, I'd like to thank Greg Tafaro and his team for making this virtual presentation possible. My name is Chris Yanazzo, the Supervisor of Athletics for East Brunswick, and I was voted this year's Athletic Director of the Year. This truly is humbling to receive such a prestigious award and could not have been achieved without the help and guidance of so many. The GMC is one of the best conferences in the state. Although I'm biased, they always have the best interests of the student athletes in mind and make decisions according, no matter how many times we change our minds. During my 5.5 years, I have made some lifelong friends and truly respect each and every one of them as they've helped me in their own way. Always willing to take a phone call, to help, or just talk through a difficult situation. Athletics is on its own island, so having people you can trust in your court is comforting and creates a dynamic feel. I may be the figurehead of this award, but many thanks go out to all that have helped me get to this point. To the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Valesky, and Central Administration team, especially Lou Figueroa and Principal Mike Vanella. Thank you so much for your support and guidance to help me build the East Brunswick athletic programs. To the PSA members and the high school and Churchill administration team, you're always there to listen, bounce ideas off of, make tough decisions. To the coaches, the main contributors to this award, for sharing in my vision of athletics at East Brunswick. You've been all in for our athletes and promote more than just the wins and the losses. I'm truly indebted to your time and efforts you take away from your family to build ours. To my family and friends, Mary Beth, you've taken on the role of taking care of our children during late night games and marathon Saturdays. Never a complaint, you're an amazing mom. Noelle and Nina, my beautiful daughters, thank you for being my smiling faces and warm hugs when I come home after a long day. My friends, for listening to my stories and always having a good laugh with the ability to keep me grounded. My parents and brother, for truly believing in me, and as always, being my #1 fans. Finally, the athletes and families of East Brunswick, for carrying yourselves with such great honor and integrity. You wear the green and white with pride, and you carry yourself with the utmost character and sportsmanship. You have bought into the vision of the athletic program, and you continue with those lifelong lessons, you'll have a bright future. Scholar athletes, who we're here for tonight, be very proud of this award you're being presented with. You were able to balance academics and athletics to make you a true student athlete, and you have done it with the highest respect. Your coaches and school administration chose you out of the entire athletic community at your school. Take this as a compliment, but as Uncle Ben from Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility. Your power is your ability to balance, have intrinsic motivation, and after reading your bios, a ton more. Use your talents to do good in this world. Now more than ever, we need you. You are the future, and you are the top of your class and will be held to a higher standard. You will lead us to things greater than you have ever seen, whether it's technology, medicine, education for the youth, or wherever your mind takes you. Be visionary. But just as athletics has taught you, have a bigger picture in mind. It was never about the wins and losses, but the intangibles you learned every day through practice, a tough loss, or even a great win with your teammates. Remember, get up more times than you get knocked down. Care for the people next to you. Take constructive criticism and be an upstander. Continue to do great things. It may not be swinging from the buildings and fighting off villains like Peter Parker, but your powers are different. Therefore, so are your responsibilities. Be strong, stay safe, be positive, and as we say at East Brunswick, go Bears. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Thank you for joining our virtual award ceremony. Congratulations to all the 2020 GMC Scholar Athlete Award recipients, and best wishes in your future endeavors.